Hey Pisces, thank you for joining me for your weekend love reading. This is going to be for the weekend of October 2nd through the 4th. If you happen to have catched last weekend's reading, you can tell that this is definitely not the same setup. Um, as I think I had mentioned in that reading, I'm really trying to find the best way possible in order to give you the most engaging readings, because I know I've watched my fair share of readings, and I don't like it when it's just the cards being on the table and not being able to see anything but the cards and hands, right? There are some wonderful readers that do that, don't get me wrong, and they're very, engaging. I just know that I can't because I'm monitored and I can put people to sleep. And honestly, the best thing about me is for you to be able to see my facial reactions because it definitely gives me away on a lot of the things. Um, I am yeah, I want to be able to connect with you guys, and the only way that I can really see that is if you can see me and you can see my facial expression and be able to bond with me, um, based upon my mannerisms, based upon my language, and also I really think that it's going to help me with reducing the amount of editing I need to do, because when you can see and hear me, you can see and hear why I say ums and why I have weird pausing. And sometimes it's about my facial expressions. I'm taking a pause, dramatic pause type of thing. Or it could be just, me really thinking about what real words that I want to say to have come out, right? I want to also be able to provide you with the most honest reading. And the way that I see it is by doing that. So, again, this is what, like, our second weekend together, or so, third weekend. So, want to make sure that I'm going to be putting this channel the right foot forward. So as I was blabbering on, I did pull some of your cards. And I'm really surprised, like, I know everyone's going to like be screaming when they hear it, but it seems like every card that I get is like somebody is coming back. And I have to reinforce by saying that it's not necessarily somebody that's coming back when I get this card. So you have the Six of Cups. And, the Six of Cups just, it's one of those cards like the Tower card, big moment coming in, changing your life, right? That's kind of like the same here with this, is that to a lot of people, this is about a reconciliation, someone coming back from the past, right? Not even necessarily a reconciliation, but more just somebody coming back from the past. But it could be from your past in this life or previous life or another timeline. It could also just be about being nostalgia about the past, or about embracing that inner youth, that innocence of first love type of feelings, okay? So know that you do have that. Also know that you do have the Two of Cups here, okay? So this is going to be a union that's going to be beautiful, okay? But with that being said, though, so I pulled six cards, and the other four cards we have the Five of Pentacles, okay, the Ten of Swords, good gravy, I'm sorry, especially with those two together, and then we have the Page of Wands, and then we have Death. Okay, so Pisces, you could be dealing with a Scorpio as well. You don't have to be, but this is the astrological sign, okay? So you had a lot of change and transformation coming into this situation, okay? But this, honey, I'm sorry, this hurts me, okay? You feel like you're left out in the cold. Obviously, one of the most popular sayings by readers. But you feel like you're just like been totally abandoned, that there's nothing, your heart's broken, you're torn to a million pieces, like shit can't get any bit worse, right? This is like when you see everything that's gone away in your life that you've had, that you've gained towards and you've moved towards, totally taken from you. Okay, I'm speaking from experience. Like right now, from a year ago, not a year ago, but like a year and a half ago, of what I had, um, I don't have any of that now. So, but it's led me on to a different path. So I'm here to be able to help and provide guidance to you guys. So it's leading me to a higher path. But for this year, I know this feeling, Duna, and I'm so sorry. I can definitely relate to this. Feeling like there's nothing that you can do and having all this pain about it, okay? Know that this weekend, things will be changing because we do have, again, this page that's coming in. They're going to be offering you some sort of small, little bit of passion. This just could be a tease type of thing coming in. They're also about like new beginnings and growth and being able um, to embrace this, right? Because we have also then the death card, okay? And so with the death card, it's about that changing aspect. So it's about really re-examining and being able to find the change or change is going to be happening to lead you then to this reunion, to this union, okay? So I'm really reading this as like two separate sides here, where one side, the four cards, really is about that change, that that mindset being transmuted into something else, okay? Being transmuted into, into what you used to know, into being able to grasp the knowledge that you had as a child versus an adult, okay? A lot of people are like, oh, if I had the wisdom I had now when I was younger, blah, blah, bullshit. Okay, I wish I kind of had the knowledge I had as a child that having it now, that innocence, that joy, that new experiences of something, for the first time, right? All that happiness and that joy that comes from the simple things in life, that's like being in gratitude, right? So this here is like you're having a union with somebody, okay? So this is like a partnership. It could be, with someone romantically, but it could also be a friend. It could be, somebody that you cherish, right? Somebody that you do have a soul tie to, though. They're going to be coming in, and I really think that they're going to be able to help you with the situation. And even if it's not like, I'm going to help you by giving you money, or I'm going to help you by, doing something else. It could just be that they're going to come back in, or they're going to come in to offer you an ear so that you can vent some of this shit, and so that you can get a new perception on what's going on, okay? So a couple different feels to that. So let's go ahead and pull some clarifiers and see what else we can grab from it. Okay, come on. One thing about readings is that sometimes it takes a little while for the cards to come out. I used to be one that just would pull straight from the top of the deck, but over the years I've just kind of been transformed into what I call poppers coming out of the deck versus like jumpers or pulling from the top. I know a lot of readers just pull from the top. Honestly, you could either way. I mean, it's not determined until you pull it. So, let's see here. Okay, I'm going to start from the top and work our way down. So, with the Five of Pentacles, it's being reinforced here by the Hierophant card, okay? So, it could be that you're talking about a Taurus being involved, but I'm really getting that this is, the destitute is really coming from something that is of convention, okay? It could be something that has to do with religious convictions. It could have to do with formal, like, education type of things. The Hierophant is about those higher like institutions in general. So higher education or religion, okay? With this, I really think that it's like you're kind of stuck in this because of society norms. What do we think about how you should live, right? Maybe you feel like this because, of maybe possibly a marriage that you're in. You kind of feel stuck in. Or maybe you're seeking to have something that is going to be more conventional. Okay, there's a couple different ways that you can read upon it. Okay, we'll get back to it if we pull into it some more. Next thing we have is we have the swords. Yes, we have the swords. We have the Ten of Swords, followed by the Ace of Swords. So the positive thing is that you are definitely finishing up that cycle, that horrible, horrible, in your mind, defeated cycle, okay? And this Ace coming in is going to provide you that clarity, that data that you really need to know how to move past the situation to get present to it. So with it also is that, because I read things not just up and down, but left to right and all that fun jazz, you could be getting some clarity about a marriage or about a situation regarding religion and regarding social norms and such, okay? Maybe some clarity that might be coming in through those means, okay? So with the Two of Cups, though, we have the Five of Wands. So to me, that's, that's like the quarrels and all that fun stuff, which normally is for normal people. But to me, though, this is kind of also about inner conflict, because we're talking about Wands, and Wands is about passion, right? So to me, it's that inner passion. Is that the right word to describe it? When you're so pent up with having passion towards somebody that it comes out as like kind of raging, but it's not really, it's just bottled up emotions, or bottled up, I don't want to say heat, passion. And that's kind of like the feeling I'm kind of getting with that, or that you've been fighting with yourself about this connection, what should you do, where should you go, what should you, because you're in a lot of pain, you can't have a relationship because you're in this destitute and all this pain, but in reality, you're going to get this clarity, and it's going to come in, and it's going to be like, boom, okay. When it comes, though, to this Page of Wands coming in, really take the time to reflect upon it, to reflect about, maybe this previous heartbreak, if it happens to be someone from the past, reflect upon those previous heartaches, because above the head, you have the Three of Swords, so it's about that pain, okay? But it's also about here, the Two of Swords, that decision to whether or not you should stay or not, or have clarity, okay? Pick your choice. Which sword are you going to go with? Are you going to start all over and have some clarity and move on with a clear, with clear intentions? Or are you going to go ahead and keep yourself in limbo? And that's why this person's wrestling us to make that choice, to look within and to really find that clarity within about themselves and about the situation, okay? And then we have Death card coming in with the Knight of Wands, okay? So this person's definitely coming in. They're going to come in with that passion. It could be that wonderful beat-up passion, but it's going to come in, and it's going to be something quick. So it's going to move from that Page here to this actual Knight. So with this Knight, though, to me, it's always that player type of energy. So that's what I'm saying. If this person's coming in just flirting, it's more like, okay, it's going to come in flirting, and then it's going to change to something like, oh, I want it to be a little bit more than just flirting. But there's no kings here on this table, okay? There is the Hierophant, so maybe the flirting will turn into, a little bit more heated passion, especially with that Five of Wands that I was just mentioning, that maybe you're looking towards this person to have a commitment, to have this Hierophant card, right? And maybe this relationship will change toward that. But this is the big but here, though, is that I have this Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords on top of the Six of Cups. So to me, this is about them leaving and walking away, to thinking that they're going to, move on to something better. Listening, though, to other people. Okay, because this, the last reading I did, not for you guys, but the last reading that I did had the same type of situation. So the Five of Swords here, to me, if you look at him, he's holding the Three of Swords, as these other two people they've been victorious over that person, right? Or over those two people. So they have the Two of Swords on the ground. So that decision, they're walking away. They've made the decision. They've walked away from the people, right? But they're moving on, thinking that they're being victorious by moving on with these swords. But the swords is the Three of Swords. So they're moving into heartache, not knowing that they're moving into heartache. They're moving into the heartache, and because they thought that they were being victorious. It's, to me, this card represents as so outside influences, guiding your decision, and that outside influences can lead you then to the Three of Swords. Okay, so really take that time to do some introspective work, and to get that clarity that you need. Okay. Whew, interesting. Okay, let's go ahead and pull you a guidance card. What do they need to know here, right? What do Pisces need to know? One card. Okay, One Ring Circus. Okay, One Ring Circus. Oh, it's all about, it's just doing something and feeling like you're completely alone, that you're the only one that's involved in this situation, right? I really think that you need to kind of trust that you're not in this One Ring Circus. You're not alone in this situation. Reach out. You could talk to some friends. To me, this is also about, this wise elephant, and this person sitting on top of them, on top of the elephant, and they kind of are on this rock by themselves, right? They feel like they're trapped, right? But also knowing, though, that as your guidance is to trust in the universe, right? Because to me, this also represents kind of like that Fool, where you have the strength to continue walking off of this platform, and the earth will regenerate underneath you if you just have the faith to do it. Okay, so you're not totally trapped. You need to embrace your wisdom, and you need to embrace who you are, and to know that you can get out of this stuck moment. Okay, really, really about taking your vibration and making sure that you're staying up in that higher vibration, and then trusting that the universe will provide. Okay, it's the hardest freaking thing to do when you're in this type of mindset, and it's when you got nothing, it's hard to then believe that something better is going to be coming around the corner, or something that's going to, that the universe will provide for you. And I have to say that I've been lucky that, I've put that faith into the universe for them to help provide for me. And, it's not like I get $1,000 checks every week or anything like that, but my kids constantly have food in their bellies, and, we're able to pay the bills as we can. So I do wish you the best of luck, the best of wishes. It sounds like this is going to be a serious type of weekend for you guys. So I wish you the best. I definitely do. Thank you so much for allowing me to do your reading. You have a great weekend, okay? Bye.